Okay, Matt, we got the memo about the Kindness Rising promo, but what exactly are we promising people?
And is there craft services? Hey, I need snacks too.
Gentlemen, focus. Kindness Rising multiplies kindness and helps people get up on the right side of the bed.
So wait, we're not doing another angry headline show.
Exactly. We rise above the negative, divisive noise.
Translation, less rage bait, more high fives for humanity.
And this is live, like actually live.
Yep. We go live on YouTube and LinkedIn, 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday.
Wait, if it's live, what if I forget my lines?
Then you improvise.
Okay, so our tagline is basically wake up, tune in, and start your day with kindness.
Exactly. Kindness Rising. Good vibes, practical tips, and a reason to get up on the right side of the bed.
You heard the boss. Subscribe now before he makes us do a TikTok dance.
Kindness Rising. Wake up, tune in, and let's make some good noise. Well, good morning, everyone. We are experiencing some microphone challenges this morning. If you're out there, chime in and let me know if you can hear me, please, because I don't know. For some reason, my microphone is not connecting through the software. Now I'm trying to connect it through my earbud microphone. Anybody out there hear me? Good morning, good morning, good morning. And thank you, Mike Sullivan. I am here. Regardless of my microphone not working, I'm using my backup, and it is a Leadership Thursday here on Kindness Rising. Today, we're diving into one of the most important and misunderstood leadership skills, relationships. Not the surface level or everything's fine versions, the real ones that stretch you, teach you, and shape you to become who you are meant to be.
This is Kindness Rising.
All right. Thank you for joining us here on Kindness Rising. I come here every morning, 7:30 a.m. I'm Matthew Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and today we are talking about leadership and leadership in our relationships. Absolutely. I've also made several tweaks to the studio today, including losing my microphone. So apparently something went wrong there, but also changed some other things. So I'd be interested to know. Notice the difference in my delivery and the way I look, the way I appear, where my eyes are. That's what I'm focusing on, trying to make sure I'm making eye contact with you, with the camera, because that's part of going live to speaking directly to you. So I'm working on it. That's part of going live. So really, I still want to make sure we talk about our subject today, which is leadership in relationships. And there's one thing you can do. We talked about it yesterday about ourselves. Maybe, was it yesterday? I don't know. But maybe again, just being a little more aware about what's going on in our relationships, watching and making sure that there are not micro movements happening that are moving towards problems within our relationships. Subtle distance, unasked questions, unchecked assumptions, little differences, because relationships aren't necessarily fragile, but they are responsive. Leadership in relationships means noticing sooner, naming things sooner, appreciating sooner, and repairing sooner. I know I've been guilty of waiting on things and ruminating about it, about whether it's an apology or a question or something that I want to talk about myself, the people who I care about and who I relate to. I am learning. I'm still learning every day. Share those feelings sooner. If they're honest and they're true, those people who love you in your relationships will appreciate that. They'll be able to act sooner, to understand sooner. They're not judging you. They really truly want what's best for you and for your family and for your team at work, whatever it is, the sooner you say it, the better. To say it the right way, of course, and understand with compassion and understand the other person's perspective, a little bit of self-awareness, a little bit of others awareness. That's what it's all about, because avoidance is what will pull the relationship apart over time. It seeps through. Presence is what keeps you close. And that is today's Kindness Spark. Good morning. Good morning, and welcome to Kindness Rising. Mom, I see you out there. Rose and Roof, thank you for joining. Absolutely. We're still dealing with dual streams, but I did a new setup today in anticipation of having a single stream, which will bring my my eyes closer to the screen. It's part of the process. We're showing it to you, scars and all, how it goes. This is the way we do it here on the Mornings in the Lab Network and at Kindness Rising, where we get up every morning with a little hope, humanity, humor, and heart. And speaking of humor, let's check in on Cal and Stan and see how their relationship is going.
Decided I'm your emotional support human. And I didn't ask for one. Right, which tells me you really need one.
There's no handbook for this situation. I checked. Twice.
And that is the point. There is no handbook for any of our relationships, but what there is some guidance and some ideas about self-awareness and others' awareness. Every situation is different. Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Reggie. That was awesome. All right. And of course, on Kindness Rising, we always talk about an organization that's doing good work for good people out there, because that is our mission to multiply kindness and unlock growth for good people doing good work. And today we are talking about an organization called Mentor New York. They're dedicated to building life-changing relationships for young people. Here's what they do. They train real people to become the mentors, not the experts, with humans like you and I who are willing to show up and help. And those people then help support youth who need that stability and connection, someone to listen to, someone to believe in, and someone who sticks around. And last, they help organizations create healthy relationship-centered programs so that mentorship isn't random, but come into your organization and help you figure out how to build mentorship into your organization. And they know that leadership is relational. People grow because someone cared enough to stay in their corner. And that is Mentor New York. Sounds like a pretty cool place to check out to me. Coffee is good. All right.
Okay, smile, everyone. Let's pretend we actually like each other.
I'm smiling so hard my jaw just filed for overtime.
At least your jaw's working, mine's on strike.
And yet somehow, you're still the loudest one here.
Join us weekdays, 7:30 a.m. Eastern for Kindness Rising. Stay uncommon.
Stay kind.
And you heard that camera shutter, and that's why we are transitioning now into our Be Kind Rewind. And of course, today we are talking about the beautifully imperfect relic of the 1990s, the disposable camera. Remember those little things, little green things? People still put them out once in a while. Now they're like a novelty, but we use them like crazy. We carried them around all weekend. They were laying around in our apartments or at our houses. We would snap pictures without any idea of knowing what we were getting. Hand it off to the drugstore, go down to the CVS, the Walgreens, wherever you were, and waited a week to see what we got. Oh, the photo booths, the drive-through photo booths, absolutely somewhere where I brought my disposable cameras. And when the photos came back, oh boy, some were magical, some were disasters, some were blurry, but they were all memories. And some of them were even memories you didn't remember taking. But there's a part we forgot. We loved all of them because they were real. I had blurry pictures hanging on my wall in my dorm room and in my bedroom because they were the real thing. The disposable camera taught us that one of the most important leadership lessons about relationships, you can't preview the real moments. You can only experience them. Today, everything is curated, filtered, AI, touched, captioned, controlled, but real relationships are not supposed to be edited, awkward, messy, emotional, stressful, wrong angles, unposed, all the things that disposable cameras taught us. And that's what makes them valuable. Leadership in relationships means embracing reality, showing up in the moment as the moment happens, not the perfected version of a moment. Sometimes blurry pictures become the ones you treasure the most. That's the Be Kind Rewind. All right. Thank you so much for joining here on Kindness Rising. Those of you that are sticking around, Mike Sullivan, yes, airplane ears on Reggie after he said twice. Yep. Ridiculous. Yep. They were at office parties, on tables. Oh, yeah. Weddings. I think they still do it at some weddings. It's been a while since I've been to a wedding, but they're actually fun. They are fun in that way as like a novelty thing. And geez, you never know what you're gonna see when that role gets developed. Now you have to send it away. Fluttershy, I think, or Shutterfly, Fluttershy, Shutterfly. All right. Anyway, that's the disposable camera. Absolutely. Oh, a little stiff this morning. Got to get up and get moving a little bit here, and I will do that. I will get up and get moving from here. I now listen to John, Keith, and the mornings in the lab in my car. That's it. I just get up and I get going, and I drive off and listen. Check in once in a while at my desk. I'm just sitting there for a minute, but mostly it's off, and then I'm back to work, and it's all good. And then I go watch some of the stuff after the fact, maybe at night. Go back to the YouTube channels. That's the whole point of asking people to subscribe, so you can go back and review those things. We're putting clips of our shows. I'm going to get better at posting the Reggie and the Sensei Whiskers and those kind of things up on the YouTube channel, because that's what we're building here, a place where people can go. Love it when you come live, but you can go visit us on the channel and subscribe. The most important thing is that you show up here every weekday, 7:30 a.m. for Kindness Rising. It's awesome. All right. And definitely bouncing around a little bit here today, but that's okay. That's okay. Learning on the fly, as I always do. For some reason, that coffee is hitting strong today. Very nice. And we were just talking a little bit about going live. Going live is one of the most surprising relationship teachers you'll ever find. I'm learning how to have relationships right here, right now. I can't hide. I can't polish my performance. Everything about me, my presence, my tone, my authenticity, and my energy is felt. It's felt by you immediately. So live teaches you those same skills the same skills that great relationships actually need. Listening in real time. You can't script your way through a live moment. You have to respond and not reaction. Actually hear the person in front of you. That's relational leadership. You got to adjust your energy. If you come in hot, people feel it. If you come in flat, people feel it. Going live forces you to regulate your breath, the ground, connection, matching or softening my tone to people, how things are going. I'm trying different things, and also shifting your priorities on the fly to talk about things when people are interacting and you're building a community virtually. It's amazing. Anyway, that's what's awesome about going live for me. I wrote a bunch of other stuff, but we can talk about those things later, right? Because I'm just letting the moment lead where it goes. No fear, no apologies. You got it, Global. Absolutely. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Those cameras were about excitement, anticipation, and patience. I agree, Mom. Actually, I think that's really, really important. The anticipation is missing. Everything is boom. Now you got it. You got it. You got it. You're absolutely right. That is a change. So I think in order to feed that part of our brain, what do? How do we build that differently? Now that we can get our pictures instantly, is there some other way that we can build excitement, anticipation, patience? I think for me, it's right now, it's the long view of my career and this channel and that kind of thing that's making me get up every day. And it's the long view. I'm excited to see what's going to happen in anticipation and patience, and knowing that when I show up every day, it's going to just, it happens. It'll evolve, and I'll stay concentrated on doing this while I'm doing the exciting other job that I'm doing at the same time, and finding balance in those things. So pretty cool. That's what I'm anticipating being patient about in my life. A little different than what you're talking about taking a picture, I understand, but I don't know, how do other people build anticipation and patience? Long projects might be a way to do it, right? To stay active towards something, but knowing that it's going to take a long time. You're not just going to finish it. Mom, I know, uh, I've never talked about your art, but I know your art is a very patient and peaceful art that you do, and I'm sure that's part of it for you, right? So it's pretty cool. Positive outlook is contagious. I hope so. I hope so, Global. I'm just trying to have that too. Positive, calm. Calm is important for me. I've learned in my life, not, I don't want to get too high. I don't want to get too low. But I am active and engaged. There's a difference, right? Between just coasting along and also pushing yourself forward in a way that works by setting boundaries. I've scheduled myself a little bit more over the past couple of weeks. Actually, scheduled my time to work on Kindness Rising, um, because I want to make sure that I'm giving it its full due while also making sure that I balance the other things in my life, like my family and outside of my full time job. So, yeah. All right, that was a nice little break of just ramble. But I do want to leave you, as I always do, or we leave something a little bit more directive, more action oriented, and scripted, frankly. 3 ways to lead your relationships more intentionally. I want you to initiate, because leadership goes first. That's what intentionality is. I've been working on that myself, on the initiation, especially as I'm meeting a lot of new people over the past couple of weeks, intentionally seeking moments to connect with those people, ways to connect, and being focused on learning about them, not about myself. Because, but I'm also not waiting. So leaders don't wait for that initiation. Absolutely. Leaders go first. Just say, thinking of you. How are you doing? You crossed my mind. Hey, I saw something I thought of you. And let me know if you need anything. That is a big, important step 2. Tiny signals do more than maintain connection. They communicate. I value you even when I don't need anything from you. And that's the foundation of trust. That is that's one of your ways. I said I was going to give you 3. That's one. I'll make you wait on the others. Oh, okay. I'm bouncing around. Got very confused for just a second. All right. I see what the problem is. Problem was I didn't talk about my connection over 2 mornings in the lab with Keith, John, and friends. We're part of the Mornings in the Lab network. I get here at 7:30 in the morning every weekday. And then at 8 a.m. we go over to Keith, John, and friends at Mornings in the Lab. See Marty Fiddle be over there. And usually I'm ahead of this and know what the topic is, and today I don't. But I'm positive they're going to be talking about something that is helpful, that is educational, that is informative, that is funny, that is maybe a little bit chaotic. But that's the fun of it. Absolutely. So get on over there at 8 o'clock and check out Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. You want to hear about one of those other ways to lead your relationships more intentionally? Let's talk about asking the honest question, the kind that opens a real conversation. A real conversation. What's been on your mind lately? What's been heavy for you? Where do you feel stretched thin? What's something that I can do to help you? What's one thing you wish people noticed about you? That's an opening for a vulnerable question. Absolutely. These questions do 3 things. Hopefully, they signal safety, that you do it in a way that is compassionate. They deepen the connection, and they let the other person feel seen. Because good leaders ask questions, great leaders ask great ones. And that's one way that you can lead more intentionally in your relationships. How can I be of help? Absolutely. Absolutely. Love that. Yes, learning takes 2, right? It takes 2 things. 2 people is the best way. But absolutely. Oh, there you go. Global just helped us out. There you go. The invisible habit dragging down your productivity and how to break free. Ooh, that's going to be a good one for me. I'm sure it might be something that I'm not aware of. That's why it's invisible. How to break free. I love that. I think it's important that we don't just identify these things, but give some tips, tricks, things that are known to be helpful, to keep us mindful. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Global. Always popping in with the most important pieces of information. I've noticed that about you, Global. You are a listener, and boom, you pop in right at the right time. Awesome. All right. Oh, we didn't do Sensei. Sensei Whiskers. All right. Let's check out what Sensei and I talked about most recently.
Sensei, what makes relationships stronger?
Say the thing before it becomes a problem. Silence is not kindness.
Now, I apologize to the horizontal for the delay, but that's what happens when you're learning along the way. But that was Sensei Whiskers' point. Silence is not kindness. I love that. I love that. I have been uh, guilty, I guess is a lack of a better word for that, of thinking that my silence is kindness. Definitely something that I have worked on over my life, picking and choosing where I'm silent and where I'm not silent, though, of course. But um, yeah, and learning that it's how you say things and how you approach things. It's not whether you approach them or not. Very much so, for me at least. As I'm sitting here thinking about that, absolutely, I have been there where I have kept silent and wished I had said something. I know other people have. And also with ideas, with positivity, with I've got this idea and I don't know how to get it out there and how to say it. Um, Not just in reaction to things or something that's made you upset, but even the positive things that we keep silent about. I have had that absolutely keeping ideas silent, second guessing myself, imposter syndrome on those kinds of things. Absolutely, that is uh, part of life, I think. But I have been personally working on that, too, and it's made a difference for me. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Sensei. Thank you, Sensei, for reminding me that I don't want to stay silent anymore. Loving intent with words and actions, absolutely global. Absolutely. That's the point, right? Words are words. Uh, it's how you say them, right? It's your loving intent. It's your intent with words, absolutely. And then, of course, action, backing up those words and doing what you say and believing what you're doing, all that. So, absolutely. All right. More coffee, the better today, apparently. Okay. Karma works for good. Absolutely global. It does. It does. All right. Let's keep moving along here. Absolutely. Last is it's along those same lines. The last thing that I had was about gratitude and gratitude out loud. A lot of time we feel appreciation for things, but we forget to say it externally, and then that puts a gap in between in our relationships. But people will rise and people will feel connected when they feel valued and acknowledged, supported, recognized, and appreciated. Those are the things that we can do. It isn't about grand gestures to be a leader in your world. It's consistency. It's genuineness. It's authenticity. I really appreciate you make things better here. Those kinds of things. I notice, right? Just say I notice to people. Thank you for being steady for others. I'm grateful to have you in my life. I don't have to say it in those words. That's not, but those are the ideas. Really appreciate you make things better. Focusing on noticing people. That is the way to build relationships. Say your quiet gratitude out loud. Let it land. Let it matter because appreciation is the fuel relationships run on. And that's the show for today. Great leaders don't lead relationships with perfection, they lead with intention. They initiate, they ask better questions, and they appreciate out loud. Do those three things today and watch the people around you rise. And as always, stay uncommon and stay kind.
What if your mornings could be inspiring
and ridiculously fun.
Kindness Rising isn't just a show, it's a full wake-up vibe.
It's freaking fun, people.
Yeah, man, it's got real get after it energy.
I love it.
Wake up with Kindness Rising.
I help purpose-driven people grow their impact. 5-ingredient recipe to help you build your personal brand. Get out there and take kind action.
If it's live, they'll feel it.
On Kindness Rising, we bring you proven strategies and fresh ideas you can actually use. If you're not failing, you're not trying.
Exactly. Fail fast, rebound faster.
You'll see the bloopers and the genuine connections that make kindness contagious. We sometimes get into a little bit of trouble.
Pretty much my life made the list.
You can trust what you see right here is honest, respectful, and uplifting. Social impact organizations, and we always talk about them. Try kindness. It's way cheaper than therapy. You just made my day.